I'm seeing it on the screen, and then I see it on paper. I want to do that, and then that's how I got. That was it in my head. That's what it was. Then when I grew up and I started asking him, then he was like, "Oh yeah, it's called computer systems." Because my dad was initially a programmer for BMW when I was a kid, when I was a toddler.
How old were you when you finished matric?
I finished matric, I was 16 turning 17.
Ah, okay. So by the age of 19, you're already working.
Yeah, that was essentially, we can call it my first paying job with the pay slip and all of that.
At 19.
Yeah, but my first job was at Woolworths,
Oh, okay. What were you doing at Woolies?
packing the money bags. Look into what you love. Look into what makes you happy and feel better about going to work and as a human, because the last thing you want to do is answer your phone and have to drive 30 minutes for something that you don't love. I lived on 5,000 rand a month, and that 5,000 rand, I would take 2,000 and give it to my mom, and the 3,000 we would blow because we were living at rest on full scholarship. I wish I could do that today.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello and welcome to ThinkPod, where we talk about all things technology, education, and business. My name is Tebogo. I'm your host for today. And I am excited to be joined by a dear friend of mine. His name is Kagiso Dlodlo, aka Riska. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, I guess we'll find out. So without any further ado, thank you and help me welcome Mr. Kagiso Dlodlo.
Thanks, Devo.
Rizal, how's it?
Good on you.
Lovely, my brother.
Good to be here.
Thank you so much for coming through today.
Awesome establishment. This is nice.
You loving it?
I'm glad to be here. This is amazing. Awesome. And yeah, we'll get to the how the AKA came about. But yes.
The Rizal.
Yeah.
Right. So do you prefer to be called Riska or you prefer Kagiso?
Well, actually, depending on where you're from, like I know, depending on what you call me when people say my name, where I know them from. So,
okay.
A lot of people born and bred in Pretoria, 012, and that's where the source of Riska comes from.
Riska.
And came to Joburg. So when people say KG, I automatically know that, okay, you know me from Joburg.
But tell me about Riska. It sounds like a very interesting name too. There's a background story behind that.
Yes, there is. So this was in grade 8 when it happened. I don't mind if you just
No. Yeah. Please. Because we want to know
the story.
Yeah.
From the beginning. So name is Kagiso. Went through life, and then when I got to grade 7, I was like, nope, I want to do computer systems. I've always wanted to do computer systems. Back then it was computer systems.
Okay.
And I told my mom that I want to go to PTHS, Pretoria Technical High School. That's the only school that I want to go to for high school. And I didn't get accepted. I think I started in March. So the December of my grade 7, going into grade 8, I went to visit a cousin of mine, and at my cousin's house, this was in West Park. There's flats that he lived in West Park. And when he went to school, he was going to Burger Ride back then, right? So when he went to school, he would leave me because my mom was still trying to get me into PTHS. She tried to...
What? Wait, sorry. What's with PTHS? That's so, like I want to go to PTHS.
Because it was
there's so many schools in Pretoria.
But it was a technical school, so it had the math and the science that I would need to get into computer systems at TUT, which was the plan.
I get you.
And then, so when my cousin was going to school, I would stay at his house. And then somewhere in there, we went on a trip to Durban with my cousin, my aunts and stuff. And then when we came back, there was a lady who had moved into the apartment complex who was our age back then.
Okay.
So the friends then said, guys, there's a new lady in the block, but nobody knew who she was. They all knew that she was on the 4th floor in the corner next to the stairs.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we've been gone for a weekend. She's moved in and nobody knows her name. So I went up, knocked. The helper was there, introduced myself and said, hey, heard that you moved into the block. You want to come hang with us? There's a bunch of us in the apartment block. And then she said, cool. Came down, we hung together. And then when everybody left, when the lights go on back in our day, when the lights go on, everybody must go home.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yeah, because, yeah.
Then we all went into our houses, and then my cousin was like, hey, we're no worries, what if the dad is like in Gabi or something? And then the next morning, he went to school, and I was playing PlayStation, and he's like, Sharp Riska. And then, so it started as RISKER.
Yeah.
And then when I did get into PTHS, when my mom got me into PTHS, probably around like end of Feb, March, I introduced myself to a friend of mine and we were passing notes.
Yeah.
I wrote I said Kagiso, RISKER, Dlodlo. And then she said, lol, sure, Riska, and typed it with the A.
At the end.
Instead of the ER.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's 5 letters. 5 is one of my favorite numbers.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, snap.
That actually makes sense.
That works. And it stuck. So my cousin Lee started Riska, and then a friend of mine, Hazel, made it RISKA.
Okay. So the name of the lady is Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very interesting. So you went to PTHS?
Yes. Went to PTHS, grade 8 to grade 12. In grade 10, I did computer studies as like after subject. I don't know if they still have it, but they did Delphi.
Oh, the old stuff.
Yeah.
You did Delphi?
Yeah, for about almost a year, maybe like 6-7 months. We did Delphi as like computer extramurals and stuff.
Okay. So if you were doing Delphi as extramural activity, it's just you just give away your age because Delphi is that.
Yeah.
You see what you just did there?
Yeah. I did.
Anyway, so yeah, you went there. You completed your grade 12.
Yep.
And then what happened after?
Then this is the funny story.
You already knew that you wanted to be in tech.
Yes, I've known the thing that got me into tech. I remember very vividly. I was like 6 years old, 7, maybe even, but I was like young.
Yeah.
Still early primary, maybe like 7-ish, 8. I went to go visit my dad and he was printing and I saw him print using Windows 98. And what fascinated me was he was on a box, but he was getting paper.
Oh, somewhere else.
From another smaller box. And then I was like, what?
That's magic.
I'm seeing it on the screen and then I see it on paper. I want to do that. And then that's how that was it. In my head, that's what it was. Then when I grew up and I started asking him, then he was like, oh yeah, it's called computer systems. Because my dad was initially a programmer for BMW when I was a kid, when I was a toddler.
Oh, okay.
I see. And then he ventured into business and stuff. So the fact that I saw him do that is what got me into IT. Then as I was growing, found out it was computer systems, finished at PTHS, and then actually enrolled and got accepted and even had a timetable to TUT in Pretoria West. Oof. But then my dad got the scholarship where we met.
I see. Because I was going to ask, I'm like, then what happened to TUT? Because, well, if you probably went to TUT, you'd probably be ending up doing the transfer from screen to
Probably.
printing.
Yeah.
No,
I'll
I'm just
probably
kidding.
be in Delphi still. But yeah,
That's an interesting journey. So who got the scholarship?
my dad.
Your dad got the scholarship.
Yes.
All right. So which I mean, it's Cedar. That's when you got to
Yes.
Cedar, right?
Yeah. So he got a newspaper that got an application process for CEDA. And then when I got accepted into CEDA, I was already accepted into TUT. And,
Just needed to pick and choose.
yeah, and the choice wasn't for my mom. The choice
Yeah.
was very easy.
What happened? Tell
Because
me more.
CEDA was a full scholarship. At TUT, she was going
you
to
needed
pay.
to pay.
And she was like, my son, this is going to be brilliant. You are going to see that your aunt is in HR, your brother was in marketing, my sister's in operations. This is gonna be amazing. Your bachelor's, because I got bachelor's in business admin. That was the full scholarship at CEDA. And then little did I know, yes, I was like kind of, I've always wanted to go to TUT. I'm in. Like, now you're taking me out. But I understood.
Wasn't it a big move to move from Pretoria, Soshanguve, all the way to the City of Lights, Josie?
Yep.
Wasn't that like a huge adjustment?
It wasn't for me because, so yes, I'm born and bred in Pretoria, Soshanguve. Went to school in Arcadia and PTHS, so I'm Pretoria boy. But my sister was already living and working in Joburg. So she worked, I think back then she still worked at Nashua when Nashua was still in Midrand.
Oh, yeah. I get
And
you.
she lived in Kempton Park.
Okay.
So
you would visit.
yeah.
So that, the jump was not that.
So it wasn't that hectic. And, the Fortsburg, she would take me when going to Oriental Plaza. So I knew Joburg.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So this was 20 when you went to see it. This was
2007.
2007.
2007 I started.
And so you went, but this was not tech. CEDA was not doing tech. It was business administration. It was all business skills.
Yes. So
that's a complete change. Because you wanted to do tech, and now it's like, no, we're gonna do. Actually, you are gonna. Oh, hence the marketing, the HR. Yeah, you're gonna be. What were you supposed to be?
I was gonna do. Well, I did. We'll get to it at the end.
Okay.
I did my bachelor's in human resource and marketing, and when I got to CEDA, we were doing the first year. Right. And in first year, on Saturdays, we'd go up to Balfour Park with the guys, the homies, with all the friends and stuff. But Saturday mornings, there'd always be a bus outside the computer lab that people were waiting for and all that. It turned out on Saturdays, there were classes for CEDA ICT Academy. And I was like,
so
what's
you like,
that?
Wow, that's where I'm going to make magic.
ICT Academy was having classes on Saturdays. That's what the line was about. Then when I found out about ICT Academy, guess what was there? Cisco.
Ooh.
Guess what I wanted to do? Cisco.
See, life has a way of just working itself out.
Okay. Yep. Because when my sister would come to work and bring me, she worked at the campus. And
the campus isn't like the office campus where there's all tech businesses.
Bryanston.
Okay.
The campus.
Very interesting.
Then, which was the home of Dimension Data. But in 2007, I knew that Cisco was the way that I would go because by then we'd had all the, I remember in grade 12, I don't know if they still do them, you'd have like those career days. All those schools and CTI coming to do presentations about what they offer and all that.
Yeah.
So I had already figured out that networking was my way, and Cisco then
was the big deal.
Yes, I think it still is the
it's
standard.
It
in
still
the
is.
networking realm that, okay, if you have CCNA,
You are
proficient.
secured. Yeah.
So at Cedar, I found out that there was an ICT academy that provided training for Cisco. And then I was like, oh, God
That's
has a way of just putting you and aligning you in things, because at TUT, I was like, I'm in, why are you taking me out? But then it would have been a broader insight and into IT. But
Yeah.
here I was actually going to be a specialist in the field that I wanted and I'd been praying for.
Amazing. I like that you said that, because I just want to unpack a little bit around the contrast between what you would have studied with TUT at the university versus because you said you did Cisco. They pretty much specialize with vendor specific training certifications that are internationally recognized.
Yep.
So I would want us to unpack that a little bit, just to do a little bit of a comparison on the two. So it's the university qualification conversation that we can have, and it's also because the Cisco certification would be short-term internationally recognized certification program, right?
Yep.
So you were doing your HR and marketing qualification while you were doing the ICT qualification as well.
Yep.
Sure, that sounds hectic. How were you managing? So did you just go straight into Cisco, or just walk us through that that specific part of the learning journey?
Okay, cool. So this is between the years 2007 and 2011, right? So what would happen is at Cedar, great place, your day was structured as in the morning you're doing your BBA, your bachelor's subjects and those modules. You do them between 8 and 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? 8 and 2-ish. And then after that, there would be a group that would go back to res. And then there'd be a group that stays behind to attend ICT between 2 and 5, I think it was.
Yeah.
5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? So you'd go do your bachelor's, essentially.
Yeah.
Right? First part of the morning, you do your bachelor's, you have lunch. Then you go into ICT. Oh, wait, there's a part that I'm missing. There was an application process, and then you have to get selected because the ICT Academy was being funded by companies in tech. Right?
Nice.
So even that was part of the full scholarship.
Oh, beautiful.
Right?
That's a beautiful model.
So there were companies that were sponsoring the Bachelor's of Business Administration portion, right? Which is your HR, your operations, your all of that.
Marketing,
And then the companies that then sponsored the ICT division would focus on tech. So over the 3-year span, you'd come out with basically, said loosely, 2 degrees, because you'd have your bachelor's and then the equivalent of a second degree in tech. Because the first year we would then do ICDL, which is International Computer Driving License, your Word, Excel,
PowerPoint.
I remember we had a typing tutor. On the
wasn't it
machines.
Lizelle or this wasn't like an AI of old. Like I think that we used to call it Lizelle or something. You would just have a conversation with a chatbot.
Is it?
Yeah, but anyway,
No,
sorry.
This one was it was typing tutor. It would type and check the number of words that you're typing and your accuracy and give you a timer. And then as you'd go, the levels would increase, and then that got us familiarity with the keyboards.
That's interesting.
Right?
Yeah,
I think now it's called Type Monkey or something. There's a new one.
I don't know. We are just typing away.
Yeah. And then, so that would be your first year. So the first year of the ICT Academy would then be ICDL. You do your Word, Excel, PowerPoint, introduction to computer typing.
So this was the first year.
first year,
Foundational year at the ICT Academy.
yes.
Okay.
When you're doing your accounting 101, operations 101,
Yeah.
and math 102 and all that, that would be the equivalent.
Yeah.
So 825, you're doing accounting 101, 2, you're doing ICDL. That's the first year. And the next year, after ICDL, it's A plus, N plus, which would come
A plus, N plus.
the CompTIA certifications.
Oh, yeah. So it's covering the hardware and
Hardware,
networking.
what's a printer, the peripherals, what's a cable, you know?
Yeah.
And then on N plus, then that had 2 portions, if I remember correctly. There was 2 portions, and it turns out that they were actual certified certificate exams that we had to do. It wasn't just the CEDA exam.
Yeah.
It was an
Internationally
international exam.
recognized. You sit at the recognized training at assessment center, and then you write that exam.
They had a recognized accreditation. So the exam was happening in the school.
Oof.
Even better. And then after that, you do your N plus. Then that would give you an introduction into also a CompTIA exam that then gave us the introduction to what is a network, what is a LAN, what is a switch.
And I bet because you're like so interested in tech, you're like, I wanna know everything. I wanna know all of this.
All
I wanna
of
consume all of this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to a good buddy, Gift, right? Who gave
Mugadzi.
Yeah.
Mr. Mugadzi. Yeah.
Langman. The man, the myth, the legend. The one who said failure is not an option.
Yeah.
And he kept his word.
Love that, man.
Yeah. So there was a trainer who became a good buddy. And then the following year, we got into CCNA. Then,
because that's the main thing you wanted to do.
Yes.
I think the foundational level, it was just to really build a foundation, and then the next year that's where the meat was at.
That's where I focused. That's when we started doing CCNA, and you're doing VLSM, variable and subnet masking. You're doing CIDRs. You're doing subnet. It was a lot.
So sorry. So when I used to do VLSM, the subnetting or supernetting, I would actually even, because you needed to convert the numbers, the decimals into binary. Oh my gosh. I used to dream in binary at some point because I needed to convert the numbers into ones and zeros.
Yep. 8 bits and all that.
Yeah, 8 bits, and you're like, what is 190? What is 128 in binary? And it's like 1 0 0 0 0 0.
So actually,
literally,
that's where to this day I still do it. Use 4 fingers, 8 bar, like 128, 192, 224, 248,
100%.
All of that.
Even 128, the one I just said now is actually 128 in binary is it's 1 0 0 0 0 100%. Right?
Spot on.
Yeah, and then 192 is 1 1
1 1
and then
0 0 0 0.
Because I learned it that much, I can still do it in my head. It's
And
so
then-
crazy. But anyway, sorry to steal your train of thought.
That was CCNA, right? And then that's when I got introduced to like Cisco and how it works and what their routers are, what their switches are, what's a VLAN, what's a subnet, what's a gateway, router on a stick. And I was like,
Yes.
what?
Yes.
Then it started making sense. Then I got
You did that for a year. How long
Yes.
did you do it for?
a year.
Okay. And that was CCNA that you were doing in the whole time.
So it then I don't know how they structure it now, but in school it was broken up into 4 when I was still in school.
Yeah.
It was broken up into 4 modules.
Yeah.
And then each quarter we did one, and then at the end you do the international certification.
Yeah.
Also a sit-in exam in the school. So now this is now second year. You're doing your accounting 201 on this side, and then you do VLSM after hours in ICT, and then you go back to res. You eat, you wake up tomorrow. You do marketing 201, operations 201.
You go do
Have
setup
lunch, then you go. You do router on a stick at ICT.
That is such a weird concept.
I know.
Because you like doing business,
Yep.
marketing, HR, and finance, and then, but on the side, you're like doing VLSM, you're setting up routers, you're like, oh, connecting switches, you're setting up trunks.
Yep.
That is
And
such a weird.
funny enough, I was more interested and excited for the second half of my day than I was with the first.
Of course you were.
Then that was the second year. Then
So actually, sorry. So you have a balance of your mom and your dad, because then your mom was more into like more business stuff. Go do, because in the family we have finance, marketing, and other business functions. But your dad was in tech, and you're like the best of both.
I mean, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Right? Have you thought about it that way?
No. Actually, it clicked now as you were saying that. Oh wow!
I just thought about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that was second year. What then happened was the relationship that I had built with Gift and the ICT staff. Then they made me part of the staff. Then I became a trainer. Then in come third year, when we then did CCNA security, I passed the
first
CCNA.
How was the exam? How was the CCNA exam?
Boy. Ooh. It was 640-802 back then. That was the exam code. That was the code. Ooh.
I actually wrote that exam. Ooh, and it whipped me. Oh, that exam actually dealt with me. It humbled me. It's a very humbling.
You know who I thank to this day? I still thank him, and every now and then I still watch his videos. Jeremy Kiora.
Oh no, Jeremy was legend. I passed that exam because
of Jeremy. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Without Jeremy,
he is so fun to listen to in terms of training.
Yeah, and the detail that he goes to and the way he breaks it down, right? Like AES encryption. Yeah. I went through that thing. I had no idea what is going on until I watched a video of Jeremy Kiora breaking down how the ciphers then work and encapsulate, and how AES went from 3 days, I think it was, and now we're getting with quantum computing. I think it's AES 3,650 now.
Yeah,
it's no longer 128 and 256.
No, it's crazy.
Now
the encryption standards are just mad. So you did CCNA. So it's broken down into 4 modules. I'm guessing it was when they did the foundational stuff, introduction into networking, where you're covering things about networks, the different types of network devices, cables, and then that's the physical stuff.
RJ11, and
you would just make up the cable. But that's N plus stuff where you just doing the 8 wires and you color coding.
With the
crimping as well. Yeah.
blue, white, blue,
green, white,
orange,
green,
white. Yeah.
Yeah, so you went and did the foundational year. You covered A plus, which is the hardware, software, introducing you into computer components, CPU, RAM, hard drives, or storage, and then you went and did N plus, which is just saying, okay, now they are isolated computers. Now let's connect them together.
Yep.
And then now CCNA is just like, now let's take it to the next level.
Now that we've connected your computers at home together and you have a homeland, let's take you to the world. Then you connect companies, campuses, and then you connect to the WAN, which then connects you to the internet. And that was the part that I was more intrigued in. How are we connecting the internet? Because I'm from an era where we used to download from LimeWire.
Yeah.
We used to download Nespa and all of that, right? You use torrents on ADSL, 54 bits, and you're like, what 64-bit ADSL at my cousin's house? And you're like, you've got 64 bit.
That'll take long to load. A Google page that takes ages.
And then we download from there. So I was like, how? Then in CCNA, then they taught me, and then you realize that when it did that dial-up,
Yeah.
oh, it's actually going out to do a DHCP request and then getting IP from the ISP. Oh, okay. And then you get into the intricacies. Then after that was CCNA. Then I got employed by ICT, and I was training the previous guys with the ICDL A+, N+. And then, funny enough, I was training my wife.
Oh.
Well, then she was my friend. Now she's my wife. Then I was her
I
trainer.
bet there's a whole backstory on that.
Yeah.
Which needs another whole session, I would imagine.
A whole other session.
Okay.
And then at the same time, I am then doing my CCNA security.
This is the third year now.
Yes.
Oh.
So when I'm doing my major in marketing and human resource, on the tech side, my major was security.
Cybersecurity.
Yes.
With Cisco.
Okay. And then training the guys behind.
What? So you are learning, you are doing your BBA qualification.
Yep.
You are part of the ICT Academy as a student, but you are also training.
Yes.
As an employee.
Yes.
All at the same time. This is in a space of how long?
3 years.
3 years. This was, when did you start? So you started working.
I started working in the third year. So in the third year was when I was training the previous guys, and then so that lasted about a year. So about a year and 6 months, because afterwards I continued training until I got into my graduate program after graduating and all of that.
All right. So why do you think you were able to get a job in the ICT Academy? Was it because of your BBA or because of the tech stuff?
It was definitely the tech stuff. And like I was saying, Jeremy Cure.
How old were you when you finished matric?
I finished matric, I was 16 turning 17.
Oh, okay. So by the age of 19, you're already working.
Yeah, that was essentially, we can call it my first paying job with the pay slip and all of that.
At 19?
Yeah, but my first job was at Woolworths.
Oh, okay. What were you doing at Woolies?
Packing the money bags.
Why are you saying it like that?
Sorry.
Packing
the black bags. So I was a packer at Woolworths, and then
so you were doing this part-time, maybe?
Yes, in matric, my mom got me a job. My mom and my aunt. Remember
your mom has been a plug, actually.
Hey, yeah, no, that one.
Your mom has been a plug.
She was a hustler, that one. So my cousin, Letabo,
Jedi,
who gave me Riska, his mom is the one that got me the job to be a packer at Woolworths for my matric, so that I could have money for my matric dance.
Oh, wow, that's quite clever.
Yeah.
So you funded your own matric dance?
Yes.
Wow.
And then my this is in 2006. My sister took me in the X-ray with my date to the matric dance, and I had money for me and my then late friend now. Yeah. Gave her the money. I was like, no, go with your friends. Me, I'm going to be with my friends after party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the stuff.
So at 19, that was my first paying job, but it wasn't my first job.
How much were you getting just out of interest?
I lived on 5,000 Rand a month. And that 5,000 Rand, I would take 2,000 and give it to my mom. And the 3,000 we would blow because we were living at rest on full scholarship.
Oof.
I wish I could do that today.
Ooh, 3,000 clean?
Yeah.
It's you got no plans for it. You're like, I don't know what to do. I'm so rich.
Yeah. It was like
money.
Yeah, that was
the
to this day, I don't remember. There was one day I remember my first salary. It was me and to me, we went to Gandhi Square, my wife. We went to Gandhi Square, right? And we bought I think everybody had whatever the heck. I had a Debonaise. I think she probably had Steers.
You guys were wild.
And everybody got a bottle of a drink. Like, it was just, yeah.
It was just.
I mean, we're 19, full scholarship, we're at rest.
You're not paying for anything.
Not,
You literally just have money in the bank sitting.
Yeah. So then I told my mom to, because she used to send me 500 Rand. Now imagine that. She used to send me 500 Rand. Sorry. Off topic.
Yeah. On record though.
I found the deposit slips when my mom passed away. I found the deposit slips that she was sending me when I was at rest. She kept them in a plastic. Remember those ABSA deposit slips where you used to write out? I found them.
That was like 2023.
Between
20,
yeah, she passed away in 2024.
2024.
In 2024, I found a stack of deposit slips that she used to send money to me when I was at school.
Imagine if she wanted you to pay her back.
That was the point. She always said,
she got proof that you owe her.
She always said that when you finish and you counter me because I know you and your father, I'm going to get my money back.
I got proof, my man.
I got proof.
I want my money back.
Those were her words. And I found the stack. I thought she was kidding. I found the stack. But yes. Then when I started working, then I told her to stop sending me money. Then I started sending her money.
So when you started working, you mean when you were at 19?
Yes.
Okay.
At the ICT Academy as a trainer.
Okay.
And then
so you're getting 5,000 then?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
This was in 2010. Yeah.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. Okay. And then what happened after?
Then I got, so believe it or not, I only applied to Dimension Data as a graduate program.
That was the only job application you made? That's it? Nothing else? Just one?
My wife and I, at my office desk. You see, now it seems like I'm the trainer who was busy with
but you were
with the kid, with
it doesn't seem
the
that
trainers. Trainees, trainer and trainee, but no. We were at my desk building my CV that I used to apply to Dimension Data. That's the only place that I applied for. And then I got into the graduate program at DD in 2011.
So sorry, you 2011. This was for tech stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
This was for my Cisco, because I had already had CCNA and CCNA security and A+, N+, ICDL, and then I was already a trainer, which was in my CV, and I was ready. So then I got in.
So would you say
graduate program?
Yeah. Would you say the CV then was very, very attractive because of your Cisco certifications?
Definitely. Back then, Dimension Data was a Cisco house, right? And I had already come in with the certs, so I'm willing to bet money that when they saw that I already have the certs and I'm training, it was okay, we need him because it makes money business sense, because we're not going to have to add him on the roster when we take them for
training,
CCNA training.
Yeah, and those are not exactly cheap as well.
Yes, and as a graduate, if you have a graduate doing like tech support, what do they call it? Outsourcing.
Yeah.
Give him a VPN. He already understands how a VPN works.
Yeah.
He already understands how a LAN, like this, it makes more business sense. So I'd put money on. I got into the graduate program at Dimension Data. Well, then it was Dimension Data.
Yeah.
Because I already had international certificates.
With vendor specific sets.
Vendor specific.
Yeah.
With their house.
Very interesting. And then with regards to and then I think this is where I'm bringing back the conversation about the comparison between if you had went to university, that you're studying something in tech versus doing the vendor-specific sets, the Cisco specifically, do you think you would have gotten the opportunity? What do you think?
In my graduate program year, 2011, there was no people, well, that I remember from TUT.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah. Okay.
that's it. Yeah, that says a lot. There were people from University of Pretoria in different, like one of them, still a good friend of mine, went to UP and did marketing there and was in a graduate program for that year at Dimension Data. It was across, but nobody from TUT, which is where I would have possibly come from.
Yeah, and then you would have probably missed the opportunity. I think for the grad programs, what I've seen in the tech industry, it makes a lot more sense to have a vendor-specific certification. I mean, not to say that there's anything wrong with having a degree in tech, but because of the entry at the point of entry, you coming in as a junior, and then at the junior level, if you're already coming with a vendor-specific set, you know about the specific technology that the company is using, so you can hit the ground running.
Straight.
Then a Cisco CCNA nowadays is like 25,000 rands to do that training in class for like 5 days, right? Well, depending on where you do it, but you're not going to pay anything less than 20,000 rands to do a Cisco CCNA training at a recognized accredited training center. And that exam is like $350 now.
Yeah, I think isn't it 400 maybe?
$400, $350, $400. So converted, you're looking at about 7,000-8,000
about
rands
7-8K
for the exam alone.
Just the exam alone.
Ooh, so if a company's like, I'm looking at somebody that knows that, because when you come, I would imagine if you come in from varsity, they would need you coming with your computer sciences degree. They're like, okay, great. In terms of, being able to create researches and helping us in terms of coming up with new ideas on how we do things. Absolutely amazing. But at the junior level, you might not get that opportunity to be able to guide on how you can bring fresh blood, but on where they really need you the most, which is the technology. For me, I would consider somebody who is coming with a vendor specific set, because it's a 25,000, 30,000 rands.
Basically,
I don't need to spend.
That stays in the pocket
because they already have it.
They already have it.
Yeah, and then when they
already
come
have
in,
the insight.
Yeah, then I just need to align them with what the business is doing. Okay, this is how we implement the Cisco technology and whatever other technology that we're running within.
Then you let them flourish in the environment.
So I guess then it makes sense why you were the one that was selected for the grad program. Tech.
And then when I got in, I remember on graduation day, I took all the pictures, mom was there and all that. And then once all the lunch was done, I was like, hey, mama, here's your degree. I won't be needing this, but thank you. And here you are. Our deal is done. I've done my part as a child.
Yeah.
I've given you your degree. Now I'm going to go on in my path as an adult. And I went in and did the graduate program and started my career in networking. Fun fact.
Yeah.
I started my career in the career I love on the day of love, February 14.
Oh, incredible. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Would have been interesting if you got married on the same day as well.
Ooh, right?
All right. It's a double whammy.
Double whammy.
All right. So you got a job at Dimension Data now, Entity Data. How long did you work there for? What were you doing? What was that like?
So
in terms of the job itself?
I started a graduate program, started in security because of the CCNA security aspect. So started in security, we're doing outsourcing to different clients. Back then it was like Growth Point. And these are like established companies that you're doing first line network administration for, right? So you're building.
Sorry, before we even jump into that, right? What was the interview process like? Because I want to know how you get into the space.
Oh, okay. So firstly, they had an online application. Graduate program, there was a link that we got supplied, did the application. After the application, the first interview was a telephonic interview, right? Where they asked like about you.
Nothing
Okay,
technical.
no, you said you went to CEDA, you said you did this. How did that come about?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, cool. What do you want to do? Where are you thinking your future is? Because now, remember, it's the last year essentially of varsity. So where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Those type of questions. Second one was a interview with HR and their then learning and talent recruitment, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Then after that interview, there was shortlist for a panel interview, which had, can I say his name? Dawson? Yeah, then it was Greg Dawson, if I remember his name correctly. So it was like a panel of directors in different fields. There was someone in marketing, there was someone in outsourcing, IT outsourcing, there was someone in accounting, because they were different fields that they were offering graduates slots in.
So
I went into the IT outsourcing segment of the graduate program.
Okay. And then how many people were sitting in the room?
It was 9.
9 people?
9 people. 2 of them were HR and learning and development, and then the other 7 is like one representative. One representative of each field that they were trying to fill up. I think if I remember correctly, the graduate program of my year probably had like 10 people.
Oh, in
that was spread
overall,
across the DDIS conglomerate businesses.
All right. Wasn't that nerve-wracking? I mean, you are what age? You're 20 now.
Yeah, I was 20 going on 21.
Yeah.
But remember, I've been training
so
for
like
the
public
last
speaking is
18 months. I'm used to talking to people, and I've been doing my CCNA and stuff. So when they ask me about DHCP, then I'm like, oh, then they say, what's that? Then I was like, aha, I see what you're trying to do. Then I'd break it down to everybody to understand, to be like, DHCP
like you
is like...
You had your moment. You're like, oh, you're going to ask me about DHCP? Let me break it down for you.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, so that was the third one. And then after the third one, then we got the congratulations, can't wait to see you. And then boom, first day, 14 Feb.
Yeah, awesome. And I think and I just want to highlight this point that when you were sitting in a panel of interviewers, and it's just one you. It was not nerve-wracking. I mean, an interview is nerve-wracking, but then when you know your stuff, it just becomes that much easier to just have a conversation, because it becomes more of a conversation. And I think with your background, because you were also doing training for the other guys, it was like, oh, let me tell you about it. So the confidence levels are just shooting up the roof.
Because it's specific. So I think the duality of degree versus certification, the stuff that we do in a degree sense is more high level across the board, right? So you'll get, you'll get a high level intro of what coding is. You'll get a high level intro of what server administration is. You'll get a high level intro of what networking is. You'll have high level intro of what a database is. And then on your last, when you're now majoring, you then get into the specifics. But now you have like 6 months, maybe a semester left to go into the detail. Whereas with my Cisco certification, it was in depth for a minimum of a year. So you're
almost
what I took was the understanding was amazing, because now I'm focusing on this, which is what I want to do. I've always wanted to do that since I saw my dad print from Windows 98, right? Yeah. And here I am now, I'm focusing, and I'm focused in it. Then my being a trainer was more of the people aspect, the expression, the
Yes.
explanation, the making it easier to understand what the specific role is. And then, funny enough, within there, you learn about servers because they connect onto
Yeah, networks. Yeah.
You learn about databases because they connect onto networks. Then, so then that then added to the conversation of the confidence.
Okay. Incredible stuff. So you went there, you worked at DD for, for a
I was
number
at
of years?
I was at DD for a total of 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, from 5, 6 years, from 2011 until 2016, I think.
So what roles did you occupy, and then what certifications along the way did you
Oh
complete?
my gosh. Okay, I'll just go through them sparingly. Came in as a level 1 security admin, which was where my graduate program started. And then in there, I moved over to outsourcing.
Yeah.
Then from the outsource, I went from security outsource into land outsource.
Yeah. So outsourcing, what does that entail specifically in your role?
So
Is it working for different businesses?
it's for example, as a business, if I'm ShopRite, my core business is providing the means in order to access food, material, hardware to my consumer, right? How that then happens, the logistics and supply chain and all of that, and getting it to the shop, right? But then there's an IT portion of it that is not part of my core business, which is connecting the tellers, connecting the switchboard, connecting the offices that are upstairs, if the ShopRite has it upstairs or in the back,
Yeah.
connecting the printers, connecting the
Point of
sales,
Yeah. POS.
your POSs and all that. That is an IT aspect that's not part of my core business. So what I would do is I would then outsource that business. Then I'll go to a company and I'll say, like when I was there back then, ShopRite would go to DD and say, can you, for a fee, handle my IT?
Yeah.
Right? And then they would then employ a Kagiso back then, who would be a first line to do the troubleshooting of when they say the network is down. Hey, Arna network. Then the first line would then come in to say, okay, is it plugged in?
Yeah.
Is it getting to the gateway? Is it getting to the server?
So you would be deployed
Yes.
to operationalize that function for that.
Yes. So as a level 1, that's what I was doing. I was like going around to the different clients and making sure. So when they say network is down at such and such a branch, you'd go have a look at the server. I mean the switch to see, okay, is the power's on? Is it booting properly?
Yeah.
It is. After it's booted, does it have the correct configurations?
Yeah.
And then from there, is the server connected? Is the server accessible? And then once you've gotten your troubleshooting and you say, hey, it's up, I've got it connected, but for some reason I'm not getting to the server, then you escalate to your level 2.
So you were level 1 when you were doing all that. This is the level 1 where you are more hands-on in terms of on a physical level, checking connectivity.
And you'll check your connectivity, your basic ports, configs to say, you said this was for printing. What's the printer VLAN? Or is it on the right VLAN?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now you've done your level 1 assessment. Okay. Then after that,
this was your first year as a
DD.
level 1 at DD. Okay. And
so
then
that's outsourcing. Outsourcing would be that portion where a company gives the portion of IT
and
to you to manage, and then they give you well, then there was like a bid of how many hours were sent. This is how much time traveled, time on site.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to do your time sheets to say I was at this branch. And then at the end of the month, they pay according to their agreed terms.
All right. And then so it means you would need to know your stuff, because this is at the client side. You really need
But
to know your stuff.
that's where I learned the most.
Yeah.
So in all honesty, my first two roles, level 1 engineer and level 2 engineer, that's where I got the the rubber stamp of
I know.
yeah.
I'm a real deal.
Yeah, now I've got this, because you learn, sometimes you learn stuff, right, on paper, and you're watching videos and stuff, but you don't really understand how it impacts you in everyday life. So, for example, point of sale, right?
Yeah.
I'd learned about WAN.
Yeah.
I trained about WAN, but only when I was being a engineer for a company that had point of sales, did I understand what the WAN was. Because then I was like, oh, when you're about to pay at a point of sale, sometimes they have those numbers, 196 dot whatever. That's the IP address.
Yep.
But then, because I was supporting them, I then understood that when it's doing those 3 dots, it's trying to communicate with the banks.
Yeah.
And then that then talks with how much money you have. So if it declines, for it to get to the decline, it has to connect first. Then I was like, oh, that's where the WAN comes in.
Whew, very interesting stuff, eh?
And that's
all the background stuff that happens, because you just transacting, you're like, oh no, I'm just paying, and then but then there's a whole thing happening
in the back end,
in the background,
that then we would support, because when the network was down and you couldn't swipe, first person they call, outsource guy to come to site and figure out why it's happening. Then you'll be on the phone with your escalations in the office, and then you're telling them what you are seeing, because they're in the office looking at configs. So they're relying on you to know what you are working with, so that you can relay the information to make troubleshooting easier for them.
I get it.
So that specific Cisco training got me comfortable to know that when I get to site, I'm going to meet the guy who's angry because his network has been down for 30 minutes, an hour, and
business
calm
is just
him
not
down.
working.
Yes, business isn't happening.
It's not moving.
And then you go in, you know exactly what you're looking for, because you did a specific certification.
So,
and you're working with the stuff. And it feels familiar. And the craziest thing I would have experienced is not knowing how a switch feels and where to plug in, and then being thrown into a client site.
That would have been a nightmare. That would have been a horror movie.
Imagine if you didn't go, or rather if I didn't go to CCNA and did my certification and have hands-on experience, and I got into Dimension Data as a level 1 IT outsource engineer, and I get to a place like, I don't know, pick a company, whichever company, take a lot, and they are down.
Oof.
And they like,
when they are down, it's money lost.
There's the switch.
Like, which one? Which one of those ones is the switch?
That looks nice.
I like the lights.
They're flickering.
Especially the red light. I love the red light.
It's not
orange.
Even Christmas.
Yeah.
It's flashing orange.
It's orange. Red. Yeah, because orange is like, you would think orange is like the color of the sun, but things are burning.
Yes. But because you did your CCNA,
you would know what orange means.
Christmas lights mean
it's
issues.
Mayhem.
Get an RMA.
You need green.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. So, and I like that the fact that you mentioned that if you had not touched and handled the stuff physically, you wouldn't have been able to thrive in that space. But I like what Cisco did in terms of the technology in terms of emulating some of the kit that they have. They have programs that you can just install and you can practice. Because some people might think, oh no, but I need to buy a Cisco switch for me to know. I think even when we were doing the certification and training, we also had some programs that you can install on your laptop, and you can just do it in the comfort of your own home. So
I don't know if it still exists. Packet tracer.
it's still there. It's
still there.
actually packet tracer is actually
It's the bomb now.
Now it has even more things. It has IoT stuff. It has quite a lot of things. So
I'm gonna get it and teach my kids.
yeah, we use it for training. You must send your kids to come for training.
Definitely.
Yeah. Speaking of sending your kids, you've been in training with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was fun. You started my 40K journey, actually.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
My first 40K training was with you.
Incredible. I didn't even know that. I thought you already had some background in it.
I was working in security still, and they were pivoting to 40K, so I understood concepts.
This is a different company that you're working in now. Yeah, I think that's
Oh, sorry. Yes, we were going through what I was doing. We'll get back to you being my 40K introduction. Then level 1, level 2, and then in level 1, level 2, we did a program. I'm not sure if it's still there. It was called GTAP then. Now I know it's called NIL 365. I think it is. Okay. Which then took me from CCNA to CCIE written.
Ooh.
And
I think that was an accelerated program.
Yeah, it was the GTAP stood for Global Technical Acceleration Program.
Oh, okay. So because to get to CCIE, you need time, you need years. How long was it?
Oh, I think that was like 6 weeks.
What?
I know. I'm kind of crazy.
6 weeks?
Yeah,
Not
it was
6 months.
Yeah, I think
6 weeks is
I
like
think it was 6 weeks or something for the.
Because I remember
GTAP.
you had books. These other books that are
They literally.
the
back then we were still printing, right? This
Yeah.
was what 2012, 20. Yeah, I think 2012.
Yeah, and you come with big books. I'm like, oh my gosh,
They would come in a big.
like a case.
That was like at least 3 kilograms. Every week
Yeah.
you had a new module.
Was that with Didi?
So Didi had a partnership. I don't know if they still called Talk IT. And then you beat them with the 40 gate stuff. Shout out. So yes, back then they had a program. Every week you would do, so 1 week you do CCNA, next week you do CCNP, the first module. Second week CCNP, second module. And then I was in so they're different, I'll call them faculties.
Yeah.
So I was in the security GTAB.
Yeah.
So I already had my CCNA security. So see another plus.
Yeah.
Going to technical acceleration programs with the background because of the specific certificate training. And then at the end, you did your CCIE written after
6 weeks.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It went well.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. This was
incredible.
a while back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then became a level 2 engineer.
You are how old at this time now?
I think I was like 22, 23. I had my IE security written, and then I moved to outsourcing. Then I got into the data center space.
So you have 4 years. 2020, you said 2020, what?
Yeah, this is like
22.
20,
because
22, 23.
So you have like 3 years experience.
Yeah.
At 22.
Yes.
Close to 4 years worth of experience at 22.
Yeah.
You go to varsity, you are still in school.
Yes.
And you are only you haven't even started.
Yeah.
You have 4 years experience. That's incredible. That is incredible.
Then I moved into the data center space. And in the data center space, then I did my CCNA data center.
Wait, when we did, because there's a project that we did with, I think it was a Standard Bank not a program, data center project.
Oh,
Remember the
that
one that I
build,
was
yes.
looking after? Were you already in the DC space at that time or not?
No.
Okay. When we were doing
That's
the
what-
racking and stacking,
Yes, when we were
the Sambrand project.
we were racking the 7Ks.
Yeah. Oh, the Nexus kids. Oof. That was beautiful.
What
eh?
a time.
To touch them. Oof.
What a time to live, to actually rack them and push them in and install and put in the SFPs.
The 9Ks, the 7Ks, the Nexus kit. I think I was 20.
Yeah, that was 20.
I think I was 20
Yeah, it
or
was
something
20.
like that.
Yeah.
To be wrecking that. Oof. I don't think not
That was
not
the
many
in
people.
Samrand, ne? Yeah.
Yeah, not many people get that experience.
Yep.
And we had the layouts. We're like, yeah, put it on this rack and put it there, and that's and you just push them around. But we didn't get into the configs for that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to steal your shine. Yeah.
Then I got into data center. Then I went and did my CCNA data center again because of the understanding that I've had throughout certification. It was like, I'm working in this space. I need to understand and know. So I went back and requested for training for CCNA data center.
Yeah.
And then I moved again. I went into wireless. And then my life changed again. And then I did my CCNP.
Isn't that fun that you can
wireless.
just flip and choose and change? Because you're not stuck in one thing. You can, within the same space.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Because IT is so broad, just the networking space alone, right? There's so many different aspects. There's a LAN aspect. There's a campus aspect. There's a wireless aspect. There's a voice aspect. There's a security aspect. There was data center. Now there's even programmability in it, right? So yes, you're in networking, but there's so many different aspects of networking that you can chop and change your whole career, like what I've been doing, right? So, and then even within the aspect, like what we were talking about, I started my security career with Cisco, and then I moved over to FortiGate, which is a whole other aspect, because now you're going into WAF, you're going into IPS,
Yeah.
and that's specific understanding, knowledge for that field. So you can literally, like what I was doing, I spent 2 years in security, spent 2 years in campus LAN, spent like a year in data center, spent 2 years in wireless. And as you moving in between all of those, you're learning all the server aspects. When I got into data center, I understood databases more, because that's where they plugged into their SAN.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you learn that there's a whole SAN, there's a storage array network, which is different from your LAN, which is your local access network.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the joys of being focused in a specific field. Whereas had I did the degree, probably wouldn't have felt the need until somebody then comes and says, oh, we're taking your group to training.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
And then you do that one thing, and then that's it.
And I think the versatility that comes with the tech industry is that you can literally chop and change things and change. You can just pivot within the same space and decide, I'm going to become a network engineer. I'm going to become a cybersecurity specialist. I'm going to become, and you can do that within months or years, depending on how quickly you want to move. Whereas if you do like a marketing or any other qualification, there's a pathway that you need to follow within a particular specialization.
And 3 years.
And it takes time. And it takes time. Right. So you've been bowling, you've been moving around and having fun, and you're still having fun even now.
Yeah. Because now we're moving into cloud and AI. So AWS, Azure.
You've not done AWS with us, eh? No, you haven't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're definitely coming for that.
All right. So you did that was 6 years of lots of fun, of changing pathways, careers, doing different things at the bank. And where did you go next?
Then I moved to MTN. Then I became a core engineer for which made me understand wireless even better.
Yep.
The antennas, the mobile core of GSM and data.
Yep.
You know. Then from there,
You did that for how long?
I was at MTN for about 8 months or so. No, not even. I'm lying. I was at MTN for like 4 months because I remember my what do you call it? That notice period. My notice period was like a week or two.
Okay.
And then I got headhunted and moved.
Okay. I'm even afraid to ask, where did you go? Who hunted you? Because I don't want to obviously throw some of the names. But I think the point here is that you were able to just get jobs because of the skills, the certifications, and the background that you have,
and the hands-on experience.
Yeah.
In all of my moves in my career, my hands-on experience has been the telltale of why I was called.
Because you get stuff done.
And your experience within that field is what then says it's better for me to go with him than the guy who's been doing research methodology on databases, because I know he can do what I want to be done as a business.
Yeah. And that makes all the difference. That changes everything. All right. So, and then now, so if you, we've spoken about the certification, we've spoken about the jobs, that it's so easy to get jobs with the kinds of skills that you have. So for somebody who just wants to get into the tech space, what would you say, is the guideline that they can follow? What is the pathway that they can go through? What advice would you have for somebody who wants to get into the tech space?
Firstly, think tank.
Okay, thank you.
Right? Off the bat.
Yeah.
Get a training institution that knows their stuff and understands the industry, right? And then go to them one thing, a precursor, if you're coming into IT, especially networks, I'll tell anybody and everybody, time is not something that you work on. There's no 8 to 5, there's no 9 to 3, there's no 12 to 6. It's anytime, odd hours, because you have slots that they give you when business is willing for you to make changes, make implementations when stuff is not broken. And stuff can break in the AMs.
Yeah.
Right? Like, as simple as it is for you to go on vacation with your family and come back to a flooded house because there was a pipe that broke when you were not there. And nothing was touched because nobody was in there.
Yeah.
Everything was running normally. And a pipe burst.
Yep.
Now you have a flooded house. That's simple. Same thing with tech. You can have everything running, powered on, configuration saved, and something just breaks at 2 a.m. in the morning. They're calling the network guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's when, so you go, and I've been on standby now for like the last 15 years. I have a 15-year CV of being on standby.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the guys that want to start, I think from what I'm gathering is that you would absolutely recommend vendor-specific certification programs.
I would. I'd look into what I love. Well, I would rather say look into what you love. Look into what makes you happy and feel better about going to work and as a human, because the last thing you want to do is answer your phone and have to drive 30 minutes for something that you don't love
Oh,
in the
that's
middle of
powerful.
the night.
That is powerful.
I would rather wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning, drive 30 minutes, knowing that, okay, Ghana, I have to claim this. This is going to be fun. Let's
Yeah.
go see how we sort out the problem,
Yeah.
because it's something that you love.
That is absolutely beautiful. I love that. It's you getting paid for doing something that you love. It doesn't even feel like
At
work.
2 a.m. in the morning.
You're like, oh, let's go have fun.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then in there, once you figured out what you love as a person, because it's a 24-hour, 7-day a week, 365, 366 some days, some years, occupation, then look into that and then have a foundation,
Yeah.
right? Like what because of my experience, I'd always recommend ICDL, which is what I'm doing with, the plan with my kids is for them to do, for me to say,
Yeah.
I've done a good job as a dad.
Yeah.
Is when my kids are in grade 10 and when they have to choose subjects, right? They get to grade 10 and they have ICDL A plus N plus AWS practitioner, because that then says that they understand the world of tech
Yeah.
with A plus N plus, and they understand now that we're in cloud. By then it would be a basic fundamental. Now you can choose what you want to do with your knowledge.
I like what you said there because I mean the curriculum that we have in our schools now, it's especially in public schools, we could use a lot of these kinds of skills. So I mean we have CAT, which for me when we encounter learners that just come straight out of matric, when we look at their CAT skills, computer aided training, we don't see much value. So, and that's why we came up with a program to say we'd like to just introduce it to grade 10s, 11s, and 12s, where they have that foundational knowledge of those sets. I mean, at that point where the A plus, the A plus, the N pluses, the basic computer skills with ICDL, it just makes sense, because when you finish with high school, you have a very solid understanding of hardware, software, networking, and you're just adding on top. So if you're going to go to any institution, then you already have a very strong foundation that you can just build on top of.
Imagine how many lives would change if you just introduced computers in high school and you actually got it right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people get introduced to computers after.
Yeah, I got in. I'm one of the victims.
You see?
Maybe I'll call it that. But yeah, I'm one of the guys that only found out about computers properly at the university, and it was, you need to do assignments. You're not learning about how to type and stuff. So funny enough, I use PowerPoint when I thought it's because I like graphics, so I use PowerPoint as thinking it's a game. And I was just sliding things. I'm like, oh, look at this thing is sliding, animated. I'm like, oh, this is incredible. And I found it's actually PowerPoint.
Yep.
All right.
With the delay and stuff.
Yeah. So what you just said now, to say introducing A plus N plus at a high school level, grade 10, 11, and 12, and even I mean adding AWS as well, it's just that much powerful, because that's where the world is going.
Yes.
Business applications are living in the cloud. So it just makes sense, and that's the program that we actually want to also partner with other organizations to just introduce, because it just makes sense. I think for you and I, because we are in the industry, we know we've been in the industry for long enough to know what is actually needed and where are the gaps.
But even if it's not for tech, because if you want to do accounting, right?
Yeah.
In today's age, you're going to end up somewhere doing ebooks, Salesforce, SAP of some sort, as your structure. Now imagine if you already had the understanding of how that thing is working because you did AWS practitioner in high school.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, so this database that I'm putting all my figures on is sitting on a cloud somewhere. But that's a normal person thinking.
Yeah.
With AWS in your high school, you're like, oh, I know where this AZ is going to.
Yep.
We're in South Africa, so it's going into AZJHB.
That's it.
So when you encounter a problem and you can't access your accounting cloud cash flow statement or something, because it was in high school, you already know that I don't need to call my manager. I need to go to the tech guy and say, please log a call with our cloud provider. I can't get onto my cash flow statement.
Yeah. And I like that. And I mean, you talking about cloud, something as basic as your computer is not switching on with you are in the middle of something, maybe an assignment, or you're supposed to submit a report to your manager in a company. It's due maybe in the next 3-4 hours. You don't need to call IT because you already have the basic skills. You can just do it yourself.
Yep.
You can figure it out. I think those basic fundamentals are important for everyone to have so that they can create efficiencies and you can become a more effective individual in your own personal life and professional life, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because in that moment when your computer's hanging, because in high school you were told about hard drive space and you were taught about RAM, you'd know, okay, I must look for a folder to delete in order to get space.
Yeah. So you reckon everybody needs IT?
I live for it. Like I would bet money, a lot of money, that there are two things that are certain in life: death and taxes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There are two things that should be certain in our life today, and that's tech and accounting.
Wow.
The taxes can stay because they're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
but we can substitute death for tech.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. All right, Mr. Rizka, thank you so much for sharing those insights with us. I don't know if you have any other contributions or advice that you would like to share for the young ones that are upcoming or guys that want to be in tech to run businesses. The last few words that you would like to part with them before we can just say salute.
As I have, it's 2026 now?
Yeah.
15 years in the industry. If somebody were to tell me something that I would take home and they have 15 years of experience, I would like it to be that the future is going to be based in AI, and AI sits in tech. And the future of AI isn't just in tech jobs. It's social media. There's AI in editing now. There's AI in media itself. There was a video that I saw with Vogue magazine using AI generated images, or I think it was Vogue, in there to make their e-letters and e-books and stuff.
Yeah.
You see that AI is taking away jobs for models who go and do recruiting with agents in order to get a specific face angle and skin tone to be marketable to your Maybellines and stuff. And now what are they doing? Using AI
prompts. You can
to generate skin tones. But if you understand tech, then you could possibly be the model who is generating the AI for your clients. So if you understand tech as a beautician, you can use tech to get you to your market. So if you understand just the basics, that would make a whole new world, a difference to a whole new world. What's that? That's from Aladdin, eh?
I think it's from Aladdin.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've heard this somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's from Aladdin.
Yeah.
But yes. So my thing is tech.
Yeah.
Understanding the technology and then moving with it as it goes.
Yeah. All right, incredible. That is quite a mouthful. Very informative, very insightful. Thank you so much, Mr. Dlodlo. I really appreciate your time. And to the audience, we hope that this has been informative for you as well. You've learned just as much as I did. So check us out on YouTube. You will find our channel. It's ThinkPod, and then you will be able to find more impactful information such as this one, where we're inviting different, specialists, experts in different fields, both in education, in technology, and in business, just so we can create awareness to inspire you to be able to transform your life and to be a living force for not only for yourself but for the people around you. So, thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us. It's been absolutely amazing. We appreciate the support. We'll see you in the next one.